Call this chamber to order. Everyone please rise if you can and recite our Pledge of Allegiance to our nation. Remain in order for a moment regarding personal reflection. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Township Clerk, please call roll and read our statement of adequate notice.
Councilmember Hall. Here. Councilman Wendell.
Here.
Councilwoman Winston. Absent. Councilwoman Zembicki.
Here.
Council President McAvoy.
Here.
Also present, Mayor Brad Cohen.
Here.
Administrator Joseph Quiscolo.
Here.
And Township Attorney Anthony Iacoca.
Here.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required under Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, by specifying the time, date, location, and to the extent known, the agenda, by posting a copy on the bulletin board located in the main lobby of the East Brunswick Municipal Building, providing a copy to the Home News Tribune and the Asbury Park Press newspapers, posting a copy on the Township's website, and by filing a copy in the office of the Township Clerk, which will be entered into the minutes.
Thank you. Council, you have before you Resolution 24-251, adopting the meeting minutes from the July 22nd, 2024.
Motion approved.
May I have a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a need for correction or clarification on these minutes? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Councilmember Hall?
Yes.
Councilman Wendell?
Yes.
Councilwoman Zembicki?
Abstain.
And Council President McAvoy.
Yes. Council, we have a proclamation from the mayor's office regarding the 8 and under East Brunswick Cubs baseball team. Will the players and their coaches please assemble here in front of the dais, and will Councilman Dinesh Behal and Councilwoman Dana Zembicki please address the podium?
You might want to turn the podium around.
Keep those medals nice and straight.
So, good evening. Before I start, I want to congratulate the entire team and the coaches for their hard work and the achievement. So, proclamation, HU East Brunswick Cubs. Whereas the East Brunswick Baseball, Softball, and Buddy Ball League offers recreation and travel league programs for all players and skill levels. Age-based programs are offered from age 4 through 16 and focus on player development and teaching the great games of baseball and softball to our players. The primary focus is fun and encouragement, all in a safe and progressive environment. And whereas HU East Brunswick Cubs have played together for 2 years, achieving a 61 wins, 14 losses, and 2 ties record, while winning 8 championships. And whereas the Cubs beat an undefeated Berkeley Heights team 7-4 in the 7th to become the 2024 HU Middle Atlantic Regional Champions. Now therefore be it proclaimed that Brad J. Cohen, Mayor of the Township of East Brunswick, congratulate East Brunswick Cubs HU and their coaches on their achievements and commend them for exhibiting qualities of hard work, dedication, and perseverance throughout the season. Given under his hand and great seal of Township of East Brunswick on this 12th day of August in the year 2024.
Awesome. Congratulations, boys. I'll tell you what, there's something really special when a group of young men click along with their coaches at this young age. I can envision that you have way more wins in your future as a team. So congratulations. So we want to hand out We'll start with your head coach, Andrew Sether. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And John Burke. Congratulations. And Todd Lebarski is not here?
Correct.
Okay, and who am I missing? Michael Burke. You must be new. Now, wait a minute. You are brothers? And the kids play on the same team? How special is that? That is special. Wow. That's exciting. Wow. All right, so I'm going to give you the proclamation, and when I call you, I want you to tell us what position you play. How about that? Oh, yeah? All right, so Jack Burke. Where's Jack? Jack, there you go. What position, Jack? Come on in.
Second base.
Second base. Awesome. Good job. Levon Burke. What position do you play?
Shortstop and pitcher.
Ooh, very good. Quinn Collins. Quinn. Oh, there you go, Quinn.
Catcher.
Max Cutler. Max, there you go.
Outfield.
Ooh, very good. Adam Garcia. There you go, Adam.
Right field.
All right. Ryan Lebarski obviously isn't here. All right, got that. Lincoln Mishik. Position, Lincoln.
Catcher and pitcher.
Oh, very good. All right, excellent. Alexandra Paradowski.
Center field.
Center field. Wow, okay. Liam Pony.
Third and pitcher.
Third and pitcher. Awesome. Matthew Schmidt. Matthew.
Right field.
Right field. Excellent. And Anthony Sether.
First base.
Awesome. Congratulations to the team. Excellent. Wonderful. We're going to stay up so everybody can get some pictures, okay? I'm going to give you seats.
Congratulations, guys. Good job. Proud of you. Good job. Congrats. Congratulations, guys. Good job.
Can we make like 2 rows?
Yeah, we're gonna put the,
No, guys, walk up, take a few steps up, guys.
coaches in the back row.
Take a few, no, everyone take a few steps up, guys.
There you
All
go.
right, get the mayor in the back row,
Guys,
council people in the back row. Feel free to make your way around the courtroom and get a good photograph, please. Jump in there, Pat. Okay, we jump in next to Janesh.
we got room.
Hey, cheese. How about this?
Yes.
You know that pose, right, guys? Come on. We do that pose a lot.
Number 1. Let's go, guys. Yeah, Grandma. Good job.
Like the paparazzi for these guys.
Stay around, Joe.
Good?
Let's have the team move up 1 step and bring in all the parents that are,
Right, one step, guys.
want to join us in the team
Yeah.
photo.
Yeah, not too many.
Please, please.
I'm gonna be
Never mind, this is how it always is. I used to work with.
Love it, right? You gotta love it.
Found out.
You gotta love it.
Squeeze in, someone's
Not the tallest one.
in. Andrew, going to move in, buddy. He's gonna block me. I know. You're fine, you're fine.
Hang on, Joe.
You might have to stand on a chair.
No, I got a little, I'm 6'3", so
There you go.
good enough.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, bears.
Yes. Handcuffs.
Come, 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Come on. Louder.
That was you guys. Thank you.
take a 3-minute recess. Welcome back, everyone. We do not have any ordinances for second reading or public hearing. Therefore, let's move to our reports section of the meeting. Mayor Cohen?
Thank you, Council President. I just wanted to give a public shout out to our Finance Department that, as I know tonight, you're going to be looking at and signing off on the annual audit that we have. And a very large township with lots of different departments, 5 different utilities. It's a complicated process, as we all know, learning the tax codes and rules that we have to follow here. And it's just amazing that after doing this much work each year, that there's so few findings of any significance at the end of the audit period. And I give that really a lot of hard work to our finance department, Angel, who's our CFO, and her entire staff, along with our administration. That's why you get these type of reports every single year, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Clearly, Moody's and the rating agencies look at our township from a financial standpoint. They don't really care whether any of us standing here are Democrats or Republicans. They look at numbers, they look at fund balance, they look at debt ratio, they look at how you manage your township, and every single year, we get one of the highest ratings that you could possibly get. That does not happen by accident, and so I want to tip my hat off to the department and thank them for all the hard work that they do. Thank you.
And before we move on, you referenced the year, it's sort of like, I'm paraphrasing, year after year, but I want to make it clear that it's been during your administrations that this financial commitment on the part of you as well as the other members of the staff have created a situation where we get such a favorable rating. Thank you, Mayor Cohen.
Thank you.
Mr. Crisculo, our business administrator.
Yes, I just wanted to bring one item up that's on the consent agenda, 24-245, resolution for a change order to BlackRock Enterprise under our initial contract. This is for a change in the scope of work. We are adding water lines on Troy and Bennett Court, along with paving there. And we got a late request from the Board of Education to do some paving for them at Chittick School. So in order to get the school system the best price, we agreed to do that. So this is not a change in place. This is exactly for added work. I also like to give a shout out to the engineering, planning, DPW department. If any of you get a chance, take a look at New Brunswick Avenue, where we replaced water lines. We did some additional curb cuts for the mosque that's over there. Some additional striping, and the latest added bike lanes. At one point, they do become shared road lanes. And also a shout out to the DPW staff while everybody was home last week. They were out there cleaning those catch basins. As the trees, branches came down, the leaves were starting to clog those basins. They were out with the recreation department and the tree crew and other parks employee ensuring that those catch basins were cleared so the water that never seemed to end. And hats off to them. And sorry to anybody that had vacation last week in New Jersey. I felt actually bad for them. A rough week. So thank you to the staff. I just wanted to explain that change order. It's for an addition. Also, you see on the agenda, there's a Chapter 78 to insert the grant from the state totaling $750,000. This was a project where we had a presentation from Keith and Mark, our engineer, for Leonard P. Park, a fully handicapped accessible playground to basically redo that whole park. So we receive $750,000 from Green Acres for an inclusive playground. We do have a match of $250,000, but anytime I can get, 4 to 1, I'll take it. So hats off to the entire team on the submission of that grant, and I'm more than happy to take it and build what's going to be a great playground for our children in our community. And that's all I have for this evening, Council President.
Township Attorney, Mr. Iacocca.
There's nothing to report at this time.
Mike's off.
Township Attorney, Mr. Iacocca.
There's nothing to report at this time.
Thank you. Township Clerk, Ms. Lawful.
There is nothing to report.
Thank you. Council, committee, or board reports? Any updates?
Just quick. from me.
Councilwoman Zambicki?
Thank you. Actually, we have our Rec Parks Advisory Board meeting tomorrow, and it's going to be at the new cricket fields that will be opening in September. So I'll have much more to report next meeting. But I had the opportunity, I was at a conference with fellow educators from all around the state, and I can't tell you how many times when people asked where I was from and I said East Brunswick, how many people acknowledged our community and the activities that we do, the improvements, it was so refreshing, because I feel like we hear so much negativity. It was so refreshing to hear colleagues from around the state. And it was funny because that day I happened to be on Facebook, and what was going on at the Community Arts Center? The Princess concert on July 31st that attracted hundreds of kids and family members. So it's wonderful. There's plenty to take advantage of. You just have to choose to take advantage of it, right? You could sit at home or you could choose to get involved. There's something for everybody in East Brunswick. Our next activity actually is August 21st. It's a s'mores family movie night showing Sing 2, and that's at the Community Arts Center. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you. I'll now open the meeting to the public. Will Ms. Lawful please read our public comment statement?
The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. In accordance with NJSA 10:4-12A and the East Brunswick Rules of Council, the council asks the public to limit their comments to 5 minutes or less. At the conclusion of the statement or questions from a member of the public, the council president, at his discretion, may choose to respond or not respond.
Thank you. Is there anyone from the public wishing? Please.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. My name is Joan Senecola, and I live at 27 Bernard Road, which is in the Lawrence Brook section of East Brunswick. I've been a resident of East Brunswick for over 20 years, and I'm here tonight to talk about community cats. When I first moved to East Brunswick, the animal control officer, by his own admission, spent 80% of his time rounding up community cats for euthanasia. I met with the then mayor and town administrator and that animal control officer, asking them to please stop this inhumane and ineffective treatment to cure the overpopulation of community cats. It wasn't until the ACO retired and the impound facility closed that practice had stopped. The reason I'm here is that here we are 20 years later, and we're still grappling with the overpopulation of community cats. I personally have TNR cats in my yard and have helped my neighbors who were in their 90s with cats in their yard. The only reason that I was able to do it is I'm a volunteer with Sammy's Hope Animal Welfare and Adoption Agency in Sayreville. So I had, people who could walk me through it. I had access to equipment. But the other residents of East Brunswick don't have that access. And as a volunteer, I recently got a phone call from a gentleman, an older gentleman who lives in East Brunswick, asking for Sammy's Hope help because he had a family of cats. He called East Brunswick Animal Control, and they told him, "We're sorry, we have no way of helping you." That's just not fair. There have been, I know, a number of residents who have come before mayor and council to talk about an ordinance, a modification to the existing ordinance that would make it easier and more streamlined for organization like East Brunswick TNR to trap and neuter and vaccinate the animals so that the population over time through attrition would be reduced and would reduce the nuisance calls. And it just seems to me to make a lot of sense, and I'm not sure why there hasn't been any progress in that regard.
This is not a question and answer.
Okay.
You can make your statement.
Oh, okay, all right. So I guess that's my question, and I feel as a resident, and I will add that I pay over $20,000 in taxes every year, I kind of expect a little bit more. When cats are trapped and neutered and spayed and vaccinated, it reduces the spread of rabies and disease. And I just would like to close by saying that I hope that you will consider a revision to the ordinance that would allow TNR groups to do what they do best and help the community and help residents. So thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Oh, can I add one more thing?
Please.
There are many surrounding communities who have already have these ordinances in place that help TNR groups. So has, well, I can't ask a question. I would hope that maybe you would reach out to some of our neighbors to see how successful their programs have been, like Sayreville and Spotswood, North Brunswick, and several other communities around that they have successful TNR programs in place. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else from the public? Please.
Mr. Mayor, Town Council, Mr. President. I
And
received
you are,
my-
sir, once again?
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom Ingrasani, Deerfield
Mr.
Road.
Ingrasani?
Okay. I received my, a bill back in March of '25 for $1,544 for water. It was estimated for 15 months. I brought that up once before. Now, my current reading was done on 5/24. I got my bill July 30th. Why 2 months difference for a current bill? When do they read the bill usually? Is it a week before, 2 weeks before? Because now I'm already over what they asked me to mail them, you know? Okay, that's one thing. And then I'm listening to, reading up on Millstone. The deficit is $344,000 for water, and their people may be raised $150 a month to catch up on the deficit. How is our standing with the water supply too? You know, because a stone's throw away. All right. And then let's see. Okay. Is tonight a mosquito spray night in East Brunswick? Okay. Do you know what areas, or just going to be randomly?
No,
or?
it wasn't random. It was all organized, right, Mr. Crisculo? The dates, the locations, the places. Do you want to make a comment?
Sure. Last week's spraying was advertised in accordance with the law. Civic alert went out. It was there. And then the police did another one on Sunday because we got the notice late in the day for the additional spraying that they're doing this evening. So that civic alert, Lieutenant Farmer put that out yesterday.
Because I saw tonight they're going to spray from 6:30 to 12, and didn't say the area, but that's good.
Yeah,
Of course, we need it.
Yeah, if you click on the message and then click on it, it'll bring it to the map and all the information.
And the other thing I have to say is there are too many airplanes flying overhead, helicopters that actually make my house shake.
I have no control over that, Mr. Ingersoll.
Well, I'm just
Making
asking
a
if there
comment,
was, you
okay.
know. I mean, it does vibrate the whole house sometimes, and it's scary. Because you don't know if a plane's coming down or whatever happens, but, you know, it's just annoying. And Was that pole ever looked at on Gordon Street? That pole that's cracked? Because it's still there.
Yeah, it's, OEM went out and looked at it.
Okay. It's been looked at.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else wishing to address the council president? Seeing none, I'm going to close the public portion. Moving on to our consent agenda. Ms. Lawful, will you please read our consent agenda statement?
Resolution 24-242 through Resolution 24-253. The following items are considered routine and non-controversial items by the Township Council and will be enacted upon by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda to be discussed and voted on, following the approval of the remaining items listed on the consent agenda.
Thank you. Do we need to separate anything?
No, I'll make a motion for 24-242 through 24-253.
Can I have a second?
Second.
And we'll roll call on that, please.
Councilman Hall,
Yes.
Councilman Wendell,
Yes.
Councilwoman Zembicki,
Yes.
and Council President McAvoy.
Yes. And I guess we're moving so quickly, we're looking at the good of the cause.
No.
No?
It's an ordinance.
Ordinance.
Sir.
24-22.
I beg your pardon. Oh, I didn't see, that's the one that's clarified, right? Yes. Can you read this ordinance?
Yes. Ordinance number 24-22, an ordinance of the Township of East Brunswick, County of Middlesex, State of New Jersey, amending Section 3-101.d, 6, Code Ethics of the Township Code with regards to the definition of officer.
May I have a motion on this?
Motion approved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Hall,
Yes.
Councilman Wendell,
Yes.
and Councilwoman Zembicki,
Yes.
and Council President McAvoy.
Yes. Now? I don't know where I missed that one. Must have been getting a cup of coffee and I was making my notes. Anything for the good of the cause? You have a motion to close.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Good night, everyone.